we're going to be hitching the auger to a vehicle for transport. So the first thing we check is that the auger is fully ground out to its lowest position. Okay, you can see then that the cable's gone slack. So you just want to round that back a little bit just to make sure there's a little bit of tension in the cable, but essentially that's in its lowest position. So now we need to again be watching for tension on this, but we want it at the height of the toe ball. We can adjust that up or down as required. So there's 3 points that need to be fixed to the drawbar. So you can see there's 3 prongs to that drawbar, and then slide that in. So that slides in until the holes line up. Right, so you need this little linch pin there. These bolts and the pins stay with the drawbar all the time, so they don't go in your pocket, they don't go anywhere else. The whole item stays together. Again, for the, who does it stay together for?
Next person culture.
The next person, so that the next person's not tossing around looking for bolts or takes it with only 2 bolts attached. So again, that should actually have 2 nuts on it. Same with that one, they should have 2. Yeah, you could, so then the other part of it is the drawbar. So this goes between vehicles, so this piece of the drawbar stays with the auger. So to change that, you take out the clip, and then just, so that's free, that just slides out. So to put it in, just do it until those holes line up. And again, so that's got to be carefully secured just with a clip. Always just give it a tug and check that it's okay. This piece stays with the vehicle, so it's only this part that stays with the auger. That's for the next vehicles, because we don't know which vehicle is going to be. So that's also the clip that needs to go with this.
If that was to feel like it was running away, Chris, would you just take your finger off there and it breaks?
So it just stops. So it's unlike, it's not, it can't freewheel. It can only, that wheel is actually always in here. So yes, point. So just slowly taking it up to the toe ball, just checking our height. So we just need to adjust it slightly, maybe just half a turn, and then, okay, and then use the draw pin, so it needs to come back a touch. In when forward slightly.
A little bit
A bit
more.
more. Got to go through both. Yeah, so it's got to go through the tongue of the drawbar and the two holes of the red that have that clip on there, and then clip the chain to your vehicle. So then the final part is to raise, so we don't travel with it in this position. We need to raise the jockey wheel. So there's a little bolt through there. So now we need to take complete tension off that. So that needs to be, the spool needs to be completely unwound. So we're taking all the tension off this little winch. Because if you don't, if we're going to be lifting this, and if there's tension on the winch, we won't be able to lift it up because it's holding it in the opposite direction. Leave that free for the minute. This is the handle that comes off the auger, goes in the vehicle, again goes back with the auger when you're finished, when you're unloading at the other end. So now with one hand you lift using your knees, not your back. It is quite heavy, so you may want a second person to help you. And then that slides through, that holds that down. Put that nut back on there to hold that in position. Tighten that up. And then what we do is actually put tension back on the spool. So now winding clockwise. We actually want to keep control of the cable, because if we don't, it'll end up in a tangle. So again, we just wind it carefully and feed so that the spool is neatly, see how if you come in fancy, we just feed the cable around the spool neatly. If we end up doing it in a slack way, that cable will get crisscrossed, and then over time the tension of the winch will pinch the cable and cause weak points in the cable, and it reduces the effectiveness of the cable as well. So that's nice and neatly fed around the spool. So then that's actually holding, that will actually hold that up should that pin come out.
And that's locked now, that winch.
That's now locked and in travel position.
And the winch just locks itself.
And that's, yes, it's got its self-locking, but that will also hold that, should that pin fall out, that will actually hold that up off the ground. So that's now, we just double check that we've got our, the orders in the lowest position. And then Steve will put the flashing light on. And we need to make sure the flashing lights are functional all the time. And then, is that going? Yeah, that's going. So we're making sure